Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is upcoming explanation of Battle Through the Heavens based on novel. So let's start. When warm sunlight glinted through the window the next morning, Xiao Yan, who had been training, slowly opened his eyes. The space around Xiao Yan formed a mysterious fluctuation the moment he opened his eyes. Wave after wave of different-colored do-chi quietly poured into Xiao Yan's brows. Finally, they merged with his soul. With this great single-soul skill, my spiritual training is progressing quite fast. An expression of being full of praise surfaced on Xiao Yan's face, when he sensed the full feeling that was being transmitted from the spot between his brows. He had worked hard to practice the great single-soul skill the moment he had any free time. The gains he had obtained were quite great. His spiritual aura, which had been extremely difficult to increase, was automatically improved by nature when he circulated the great single-soul skill. This strange method was indeed worthy of being an item from ancient times. Xiao Yang smiled and stood up from his bed. He stretched his body before pushing the door to his room open. He exited the room. After finding Little Fairy Doctor and the others, the entire group left the house. This large manor had already filled with experts from all over. These experts either possessed a great strength, or had a powerful faction supporting them. It was naturally lively when these people gathered together. Xiao Yang's group idly roamed around before stopping at a wine shop that occupied a vast part of the manor. There was a big stone platform in the middle of this large wine shop. Do-chi erupted from the stone platform, as two figures exchanged blows with lightning-like speed. The interesting fight caused many observers to repeatedly cry out "good." The two people on the platform were about 6-star do-zongs. They were experts with some reputation in the outside world. However, they didn't attract Xiao Yang. His group found a table in the wine shop that was close to the window before sitting down. Their eyes swept over the wine stop and discovered quite a number of people with great strength. Have you inquired about some information related to that black submerged army? After a female servant served tea, Xiao Yang glanced at the fight on the stage before softly asking. He was about to make contact with this Gu clan. Naturally, he needed to gain a greater understanding of them. This so-called black submerged army was rumored to be where the strongest warriors of the Gu clan gathered, and it possessed an extremely powerful fighting strength. Xiao Yang needed to obtain some news with regards to them. The little fairy doctor grinned and nodded. She exchanged looks with Tian Huazunja before softly replying, the status of the black submerged army is quite high within the Gu clan, because a harsh selection requirement is imposed. Not only must they be absolutely loyal to the Gu clan, they must also reach a certain level by a certain age. It is rumored that the black submerged army is tested every year. Those who fail to meet the test requirements are expelled. Hence, the quality of the black submerged army is quite high. Xiao Yang nodded slowly when he heard this. From the looks of those black armored guards at the city's gate, he was aware that the warriors of this black submerged army were not mediocre individuals. All of them would be talented warriors that would be extremely hard to find in the outside world. The black submerged army has an extremely strict division of ranks. There are 8 great commanders. That Ling Quan and the 5th commander are among these people. However, that Ling Quan is ranked 7th. Tian Huazunja by the side smiled as he revealed some information. Ling Quan is merely ranked 7th, Xiao Yang narrowed his eyes. Ling Quan had the strength of a 1-star do-zun, while that 5th commander possessed the strength of a 3-star do-zun. Then, would the first commander of the black submerged army possess a strength of 6 stars or higher? It is indeed worthy of being the Gu clan. Xiao Yang gently nodded. Those among the younger generation, who could reach the strength of a 6-star do-zun, were definitely great geniuses. Although the members of the Gu clan possessed the Do-Di bloodline, these commanders still showed off the clan's great strength. The current Yu is not very likable in the eyes of these young geniuses from the Gu clan. Quite a number of them even view you as a love rival. I think that you will find your time in the Gu clan to be quite frustrating. The little fairy doctor covered her mouth and softly laughed. There should not be many members of the Jiu clan who are aware of the relationship between Sun and I, right? Xiao Yang frowned and asked. There weren't many some time ago. However, according to the information that I have gathered, this matter is known by everyone because Sun has personally admitted the relationship between the two of you during an elders' meeting. The little fairy doctor laughed. Xiao Yang was stunned. He bitterly laughed, this girl. She is really quite bold. However, if that is what she has said, then so be it. This matter would ultimately be exposed. As for the geniuses of the Jiu clan, they can do as they like. I have been aware from the very beginning that I would not find much peace within this Jiu realm. Xiao Yang was already familiar with Sun's great beauty and allure. This Jiu clan also possessed many geniuses. Being talented, these young people would definitely not be fond of an ordinary lady. Hence, Sun, who not only possessed an extremely beautiful appearance, but also an exceeding talent, would naturally be the target of their pursuit. Among the 8 great commanders, more than half of them view you as a love rival who pose the greatest threat. If you meet them, they will definitely find an excuse to spar with you. The little fairy doctor laughed. Of course, I think that the ones who pose the greatest threat aren't these people. Instead, it will be the 4 great generals. 4 great generals. The true upper echelon of the Black Submerged Army can be summarized as the 8 great commanders, the 4 great generals, and the 2 leaders of the Black Submerged Army, the Black Submerged Dukes, the little fairy doctor explained. These 4 great generals are ultimate geniuses even within the Jiu clan, filled with many talents. All of them are brilliant individuals. Based on their potentials, they will become the true core members of the Jiu clan in the future. Xiao Yang was quiet. A solemnness surged into his heart. What he had obtained at this age of his was at the top within the Central Plains. However, now that he had arrived at this Jiu clan, which was filled with talent, he finally understood that such an achievement was not enough to be proud of. Since the rank of these generals was higher than the commanders, it was likely that even the weakest general would be stronger than the first commander. If one thought about it, the strength of these 4 great generals would be similar to the 9th Tianzuan of the Hall of Souls. Is the Dou Di bloodline really so powerful? Xiao Yang slowly exhaled a breath of air. He truly sensed some pressure. His training speed was already elusive in the eyes of those from the same generation, but it still appeared a little weak when compared with the ultimate geniuses from the Jiu clan. There is always someone better. This phrase is indeed true. Although I am not aware of the 4 highly respected generals' attitudes toward you, Sun is a blessed child of the Jiu clan. The attraction she poses to geniuses like them is incomparable. Therefore, you should pay more attention. The little fairy doctor reminded Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang narrowed his eyes. A ruthless expression flashed through them. Forget about just how strong these so-called generals were. No one could stop the relation between him and Sun. Although he only possessed the strength of a 5-star Dozun, he was unafraid of even a 7 or 8-star elite Dozun if they were to really fight. Hence, he hoped that these 4 great commanders did not think of him as some soft persimmon. Those who possess the Dou Di bloodline indeed have a smooth training path. However, this speed halts just before the Dou Xing class. Even though an ancient clan like the Jiu clan possesses many elite Dozuns, there aren't many people who can step into the Dou Xing class. If one wishes to advance to that level, one can only rely on oneself. At such a moment, the Dou Di bloodline becomes a burden. Therefore, you need not compete with these fellows in terms of your current achievements. When you reach the Dou Xing class in the future, these people might only remain in the Dozun class. Qian Huazunja stretched his lazy waist and laughed. Xiao Yang nodded. An elite Dou Xing was a peak existence in this world. Although the Dou Di bloodline was powerful, it was impossible to create a large number of such experts. Otherwise, it would be opposing the laws of the world. While Xiao Yang's group drank and chatted among themselves, 2 icy-cold gazes from the upper level of this wine shop had locked onto Xiao Yang. He is that Xiao Yang? A young, handsome green-robed man glanced at Xiao Yang's back. His unusually long hand was gently knocking on the rail as he asked in a faint voice. "Third brother, he is that Xiao Yang who young Miss mentioned. He possesses a great reputation within the Central Plains. His arrogance has not diminished a little even now that he has come to our Gu clan," a cold laugh replied. By following the sound and looking over, that person was Ling Quan, who had been kicked by Xiao Yang yesterday. "This is not the Central Plains," the green-clothed man smiled. His smile contained a faint chill as he said, "Although we might not catch the eyes of young Miss, someone of such a level should also not have that qualification. You better not do anything reckless. They are guests." A strongly built man frowned as he spoke. He was the fifth commander from yesterday. "Relax, everything will happen according to the rules." The green man laughed in a dark yet gentle manner. Clang. After his voice sounded, a victor was decided among the two figures fighting on the stone stage below. The both of them withdrew. Immediately, a loud clear voice attracted everyone's gazes. A skinny man leaped up and cried out loud. "The ones who will fight next will be the third commander of the Black Submerged Army, Xiao Yan, the champion of the Pill Gathering, Xiao Yang." A short distance away, Xiao Yang's hand, which had just lifted a teacup, suddenly shook. Immediately, his face slowly turned gloomy. He seemed to have fallen into someone's trap. The loud cry reverberated within the building, causing the noisy atmosphere to immediately quiet down. These two people were quite well known. One was the third commander of the Gu clan's Black Submerged Army, while the other was the Pill Gathering champion. The both of them were outstanding people within the younger generation. Could the observers be lucky enough to watch them spar here today? Excitement surged in quite a number of people's eyes when they thought of this. Their gazes swept around them in an attempt to find the two of them. What happened? The little fairy doctors group was also startled because of this sudden unexpected change. They saw Xiao Yang's gloomy expression and immediately understood something. They frowned and said, "It is unexpected that trouble has come knocking on the door after having just talked about it. This is really a little too underhanded." With their intelligence, they naturally understood that the other party was afraid of Xiao Yang backing away, explaining why he had publicly acted before seeking permission. If Xiao Yang were to lose this match, it was likely that it would become an excuse for the Gu clan to strike against Xiao Yang. Even Zun would be implicated by this. Who? Xiao Yang's expression was gloomy. He slowly exhaled a breath of air and gradually placed his teacup down. He softly said, "It's just as well. I do not like this kind of continuous trouble. It will not be bad if I kill a chicken to warn those monkeys before entering the Gu clan. Since he willingly wishes to become this chicken, I shall accept his offer." Xiao Yang suddenly turned his head after uttering these words. His icy gaze shot to the green-clothed man on the upper floor. "Ha ha, his senses are quite sharp," that green-clothed man laughed when he saw Xiao Yang looking over. His expression did not reveal the slightest fear. His strength was at the peak of the 5-star Dozun class. Although Xiao Yang was also a 5-star Dozun, this green-clothed young man had seldom been defeated when fighting an opponent of the same level. "Yang Hao, you should not act recklessly. If the elders become aware of this," the fifth commander by the side frowned as he spoke. "We are only sparing. Our Gu clan has always been more inclined to fight. Isn't it good to find friends through sparing?" Yang Hao laughed faintly and continued, "Relax, I will not allow him to lose in an ugly way. Of course this is only if he is tactful." After his words softly sounded, Yang Hao's body flashed, and he appeared on the stone stage before the fifth commander could say anything more. He smiled as he looked in the direction of Xiao Yang. He laughed and said, "Mr. Xiao Yang, I have long heard of your great name. May I know if I can seek some lessons from you today?" Swoosh. All the gazes in the building suddenly turned at this moment. They gathered on the skinny figure beside a window. He is that Xiao Yang, the Pill Gathering champion. He looks quite young. It is unexpected that he has reached the level of a Tier 8 alchemist at such an age. It is really difficult to believe. It is rumored that his teacher is Yao Chen, Yao Zunja from back then. However, the current Xiao Chen has already advanced to a ban Xing. His strength is so great that it is frightening. No wonder. Xiao Chen has sharp eyes. This current disciple is many times stronger than Han Feng from back then. Xiao Yang's expression was calm as he heard the private conversations around him. He turned his head and threw his eyes at the young green-clothed man on the stage with a dark smile on his face. He slowly stood up and said, "Since Third Commander insists on this, I shall not reject your offer." Yang Hao's brows were lifted slightly when he saw that Xiao Yang did not find an excuse to reject him. However, the smile on his face became denser. He did an after-you gesture. However, no one saw the dense chill flashing through his eyes when he bowed to Xiao Yang. "Be careful." The little fairy doctors group did not stop him. They were confident in Xiao Yang's strength. That Yang Hao's strength might be at the peak of a 5-star Dozun, but this kind of strength did not pose any fatal threat to the current Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang nodded. He strode forward and the space in front of him became distorted. The next moment, he appeared a short distance away from Yang Hao. "You are indeed worthy of being the champion of a pill gathering. This courage is really admirable." Yang Hao grinned as he looked at Xiao Yang and complimented him. Xiao Yang was calm as he glanced at the superficial smile on Yang Hao's face. His voice tranquil, to the extent of lacking emotion. "After you." "All right." Yang Hao loudly laughed. He suddenly took a step forward. A vast and mighty Do Qi immediately surged in all directions. The powerful Do Qi pressure caused the expressions of quite a number of people within the building to change. Today, this commander shall personally test and see just how outstanding this pill-gathering champion is. Yang Hao loudly laughed as his Do Qi surged. His long hand was suddenly clenched, and a sharp wind was formed within his palm. His foot stomped on the ground, and his body appeared in front of Xiao Yang with lightning-like speed. A sharp claw wind violently rushed toward Xiao Yang like a dragnet. The sharp force tore through space, forming numerous dark black scars. Xiao Yang stepped back when faced with Yang Hao's ferocious attack. He began to use a mysterious footwork within a 3-step radius and dodged Yang Hao's dense claw wind. What a fast speed! However, come and try my dragon snake footwork. Yang Hao was startled when he saw Xiao Yang completely dodge his attack. He immediately let out a cold cry. He took a step forward. With the step of a dragon and tiger, his body became ghost-like and a dragon snake illusory figure vaguely appeared behind him. The Jiyu clan did not lack high-class Do skills. Moreover, being the third commander, the Do skills that Yang Hao had learned were definitely not ordinary. This dragon snake footwork alone was not inferior to Xiao Yang's 3,000 lightning movement. Sky Evil Qi Shattering Claw. Yang Hao's speed suddenly increased after using this dragon snake footwork. His claw wind suddenly changed as a fierce evil aura quickly gathered on his palm. The space where his palm passed cracked apart, and a deafening buzzing sound spread in a sharp manner. The Jiyu clan is indeed a large clan. These high-class Do skills that are difficult to see in the outside world are being used as he pleases. Xiao Yang's eyes narrowed when he sensed that Yang Hao's speed and attack had suddenly become sharper. By possessing so many high-class Do skills to protect himself with, it was little wonder that this fellow was not worried about defeating Xiao Yang, who was also a 5-star Dozun. However, he had miscalculated. In front of Xiao Yang, who possessed an unusually powerful spiritual strength, any ghost-like agility techniques could not escape his eyes. Bam bam. Xiao Yang waved his sleeve and would accurately strike Yang Hao's claw wind just when it was about to reach its target. This moment was coincidentally the moment when the claw wind was going from weak to strong. However, one would be unable to take advantage of such an opening without a perfect observation ability. Bang bang. Yang Hao's expression gained a solemnness each time they exchanged blows. After over a dozen sharp exchanges, his expression had been replaced by a grave one. Although he had used 2 types of DI-class middle-level Do skills, he was unable to harm Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang's movements of leisure caused him to feel that he was losing face. I do not believe that a poor brat like you can compete with this commander in terms of the amount and quality of skills that you possess. Yang Hao's expression was dark and cold. His feet suddenly pulled back. At the same time, his hands started to form numerous seals that Xiao Yan was unusually familiar with. God seal skill, her. Xiao Yan narrowed his eyes when he saw the seals. His body flashed and strangely appeared in front of Yang Hao. He flicked his finger and a gentle breeze shot out, striking Yang Hao's wrist with lightning-like speed. This breeze might not be strong, but it interrupted the completion of the God seal skill, causing the blood within Yang Hao's body to churn. This brat. Why is he aware of the flaws of the God seal skill? Yang Hao's expression changed when Xiao Yan randomly broke the seal that he had been forming. Before he could think, a hot wind blew over, and he had to hurriedly receive it. Bang! The hot wind spread across the stone stage. Everyone was stunned to see Yang Hao stagger a couple of steps back, because of Xiao Yang's punch. Yang Hao was in a situation where Xiao Yan had completely overwhelmed him. The originally dark and cold face of Ling Quan on the upper floor had become a little ugly. He vaguely began to feel an unease growing. Yang Hao is no match for him. The fifth commander also displayed a serious expression. Xiao Yan appeared unruffled even in the face of Yang Hao's skills, causing him to involuntarily feel a little slump in his heart. This fellow was indeed not a mediocre person by being able to catch the eye of young Miss. Bastard! Yang Hao's face became flushed red after being forced back by Xiao Yang's palm. Clearly, he did not understand why he was unable to defeat Xiao Yan with his strength at the peak of the 5-star Do Zun class. Moreover, he had even used many powerful Do skills. On the other hand, Xiao Yan had yet to use one Do skill even until now. Overturning land seal. A ferociousness vaguely surfaced on Yang Hao's face. He unleashed his dragon snake footwork to its limit. A dragon snake illusory figure appeared on the stone stage, while the seal on his hand was swiftly formed. A vast and mighty Do Qi quickly gathered. Xiao Yang stood on the stage with his hands behind him. His eyes were calm as he watched the blurry figure that was swiftly shuffling around before slowly shutting his eyes. Successful formation. The ferocious on Yang Hao's face became even more intense when he saw what Xiao Yang was doing. His hand seals suddenly paused. A cold expression surfaced from within his eyes. However, a chill covered his heart when the seal in his hand was about to launch toward Xiao Yang. Bang! The moment the chill appeared, the stone stage under his feet suddenly cracked apart. A hot magma pillar bared its claws and rushed out like a fire dragon. It smashed into Yang Hao's legs. Grug! The attack that was unleashed from underground had exceeded everyone's expectations. Being the main actor, Yang Hao spat out a mouthful of fresh blood, and his body was struck by the fire pillar until he flew. Finally, he smashed into a large stone pillar of the building. The stone pillar was immediately blasted apart. The entire place was completely silent as everyone watched this battle end in an instant. Numerous stunned eyes looked at the skinny young man with his hands behind him. His body had not even shifted. A moment later, a thunder-like applause resonated through the entire building in a deafening manner. Xiao Yang's expression remained tranquil. He studied the charred black Yang Hao before cupping his hands together. He smiled and said, "Thank you for going easy, third commander." Grug? Yang Hao, who had just landed on the ground, involuntarily spat out another mouthful of fresh blood. He had never expected to be miserably defeated by Xiao Yang's hands with his peak of a 5-star Do Zun strength. He has actually lost. Ling Quan and the fifth commander visibly expressed their startled eyes as they looked at Yang Hao struggling with some stone fragments. They exchanged looks with one another and saw a horror that could not be hidden from each other's eyes. This brat, how did he become so strong? Ling Quan clenched his fist. His heart was filled with disbelief. Although he was aware that Xiao Yang had already surpassed him, he did not expect Xiao Yang to be able to defeat Yang Hao, whose strength was at the peak of the 5th star, in such an easy fashion. Being someone from the same clan, Ling Quan was well aware of Yang Hao's strength. Yang Hao possessed quite a number of powerful Do skills. He had even mastered the God Seal skill to the overturning land seal. With this strength, he would be hard-pressed to find any opponent who could match him from the same level. However, from the looks of that battle earlier, Yang Hao was completely suppressed by Xiao Yan until he was at a disadvantage. His ferocious attacks did not even harm Xiao Yan. Clearly, Xiao Yan's fighting strength had far surpassed his level on the surface. There really is a reason he caught the young miss's eyes. His strength is likely similar to Big Brother, the fifth commander softly sighed. Ling Quan's expression became even more gloomy when he heard these words. Cough. Yang Hao, who was buried under the rock fragments of the building, struggled to climb out. Most of his clothes were in tatters. At a glance, he was charred black. Fresh blood continued to seep from the corner of his mouth while he coughed. Yang Hao's hair scattered down from his head. His appearance was just like a mad demon. A pair of savage blood-red eyes glared at Xiao Yan. He had basically suffered a complete lose during this match. No matter how he thought about it, he could not understand how he had ended up being defeated in such a miserable manner by Xiao Yan, especially since he was at the peak of the fifth star of the Do Zun's strength and possessed many high-class Do skills. Bastard thing, I refuse to accept this. Fury and embarrassment swelled within his heart. He was defeated in such a miserable manner in public. If word of this were to spread back to the Jiu realm, there was no telling just how much ridicule he would suffer. Immediately, Yang Hao became hot-headed. He let out a furious roar as his foot stomped on the ground. Enduring the intense pain that was being transmitted from all over his body, he turned into lightning that once again shot towards Xiao Yan on the stage. Quite a number of people frowned when they saw Yang Hao, who appeared to have suddenly lost his sense of reasoning. This fellow appeared to be without any grace. Bang! Xiao Yan's eyes were indifferent as he watched Yang Hao rush over. His foot suddenly stomped in front of him, and his ghost-like body appeared in front of Yang Hao. Xiao Yan's arm shook and a wave of sharp wind surged from nowhere, smashing into Yang Hao's chest in a lightning-like fashion. Woo! After suffering another heavy blow, Yang Hao once again spat out a mouthful of fresh blood. His body flew backwards and shattered a couple of tables and chairs into dust. TSK, this Yang Hao is really a fool. A person laughed softly from somewhere within the building when Yang Hao pounced at Xiao Yan like a madman. This spot was an isolated area. It was much quieter compared to the other places. There were 4 figures seated beside the table, consisting of 3 men and 1 woman. A burning flame mark was imprinted on the foreheads of these 4 individuals. At a glance, they appeared just like real flames, causing one to feel hot. The voice from earlier was emitted from the mouth of a somewhat gentle-looking man among the 4 of them. Although this Xiao Yan is only a 5-star Do Zun, his Do Qi is naturally far from what an ordinary person can compare with, since he is in possession of a heavenly flame. It is only natural for Yang Hao to be defeated by his hands. A middle-aged man with rough eyebrows on the opposite side faintly commented on the matter. He still possesses an extremely powerful soul. Under his spiritual perception, ghost agility techniques are completely useless, that Yang Hao is too arrogant. The last man was wearing a white robe. His appearance was quite handsome. The corner of his mouth contained a slight smile, which gave one a warm feeling. This man's eyes landed on the lady beside him after his words sounded. This lady was wearing a pale red dress. A veil covered her face, but the outline that was revealed through the veil was still extremely alluring. Her bright eyes did not contain the slightest ripple. She also did not respond to the conversation between the 3. It was as though everything had difficulty arousing her interest. Huoji, can you not treat us as though we are non-existent? That white-clothed man involuntarily shook his head and spoke when he saw this manner of hers. I am interested in his heavenly flame. That red-clothed lady finally raised her head a little after hearing his words. She glanced at Xiao Yan on the stage. Her voice was cold and enchanting. Cough. The white-clothed trio of men helplessly rolled their eyes when they heard what she said. They were just about to speak when the red-clothed lady suddenly said, "It is quite lively today." Looks like the members of the Jiyu clan don't really welcome Xiao Yang. The blood-covered Yang Hao stared ferociously at Xiao Yang. His breathing was just like that of a bull. It was a long while later before he charged forward in a crazy manner. However, an ice-cold cry suddenly resounded within the wine shop. Yang Hao! Yang Hao's entire body suddenly trembled when he heard this cry. He actually recovered. His body stood on the spot as he clenched his hands. You have completely embarrassed the Jiyu clan. A figure slowly appeared in front of Yang Hao after he stopped moving. The ice-cold voice caused fear to flash across Yang Hao's eyes. Second brother. Ling Quan's duo were startled when they saw that figure. Joy immediately surged in the former's eyes. Their bodies rushed forward and appeared beside that figure before respectfully addressing him. HMPH. That figure glanced at the two of them. A cold cry sounded before his eyes suddenly shifted away. He stared at the skinny figure on the stage and asked in a deep voice, Xiao Yang, do you enjoy beating others? Xiao Yang looked down at the figure from his vantage point. The figure was wearing pale silver armor. Silver light flowed over his body as a mighty aura spread apart. Quite a number of people were giving it a sidelong glance. It is just sparing. Xiao Yang glanced at the silver-armored man. The way Ling Quan addressed this person made it obvious that this figure should be that so-called second commander. This person should be a 6-star Do Zun. The eyes of the silver-armored man narrowed upon hearing this. His body moved, and he appeared on the stone stage before speaking faintly, Black Submerged Army Second Commander, Lin Xiao. Since you like to spar this much, this commander shall come and give it a try. What do you think? If this is a tactic to take turns fighting me, it seems that you are lacking in numbers. Xiao Yang laughed. There is no need for us to fight you one after another in order to deal with you, Lin Xiao coldly laughed. Today, Yang Hao was publicly beaten by Xiao Yang until he was miserable. If he did not step forward, it was likely that others would think that the Black Submerged Army was only this mediocre. What do you say? Xiao Yang, do you dare to receive another challenge? If second commander insists, then please begin. Xiao Yang merely knit his brows before relaxing. Lin Xiao was trying to corner him. It seemed that the young geniuses of the Jiyu clan had developed a deep grudge against him. As the saying went, a serious illness required strong medicine. Since this was the case, he would use some strong medicine. Quite a number of people in the building shot their eyes over when they saw the tense swords-drawn atmosphere on the stage. At this moment, everyone could tell that these young geniuses of the Jiyu clan seemed to possess a hidden grudge against Xiao Yang. Lin Xiao, all of you are making a farce. However, just when everyone thought that a battle was about to erupt, a furious elder's voice suddenly resounded. A grey-clothed figure appeared on the stone stage in a lightning-like manner and reprimanded Lin Xiao. Elder Jiyu Zun. Lin Xiao was startled when he saw this grey-clothed elder suddenly appearing. He cupped his hands and respectfully said, "What nonsense! As hosts, all of you are making things difficult for a guest of the Jiyu clan in public. Just how does this look? Aren't all of you withdrawing?" The old man, called Jiyu Zun, glared at this group as he furiously scolded them. Lin Xiao did not dare to argue after being chided by Jiyu Zun. He understood that he could not recoup their lost face today since this old man appeared. All he could do was helplessly shake his head. His cold eyes slid to Xiao Yang while his mouth slightly moved. A weak voice was quietly transmitted into Xiao Yang's ears. "Xiao Yang, consider yourself lucky this time around. If you are sensible, you would leave the Jiyu clan as soon as possible. Otherwise, entering the Jiyu clan will only cause you to seek your own humiliation." Xiao Yang's expression remained calm when he heard the voice beside his ear. A faint but cold smile appeared within his dark black eyes. Lin Xiao did not dare to stay any longer after his voice sounded. He rushed down from the stage, grabbed Yang Hao, who was unable to even move, and strode out of the building. Jiyu Zun turned his head after watching Lin Xiao walk into the distance. His eyes were somewhat complicated as he looked at Xiao Yang. He softly said, "A member of the Xiao clan has once again come to the Jiyu clan. Young people tend to be impulsive. Due to the matter of young miss, you will probably meet many troubles in the future. Hopefully, you are prepared to meet them." Xiao Yan cupped his hands to Jiyu Zun, but he did not say anything. Jiyu Zun studied Xiao Yang in depth. After which, he turned around and stepped down from the stage before walking away from the building. Quite a number of people felt that they had not seen their fill when they watched the build-up of a fierce battle end in such an abrupt manner. However, there was nothing they could do. They could only withdraw their eyes and softly discuss that intense battle earlier. Numerous eyes continuously swept toward Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang was unconcerned about these gazes. He leaped down from the stone stage, and was just about to return to his seat, when he abruptly discovered the heavenly flame in his body leaping at this moment. His eyes followed the slight feeling. They finally paused on that somewhat quiet corner. There was a red-clothed lady wearing a veil. Both of her eyes were calmly observing him. There was a lifelike flame symbol between her eyebrows that was quietly blooming. Heavenly flame. A thought passed through Xiao Yang's mind as he looked at the fire symbol between the red-clothed lady's brows. The mysterious clans that Yao Lao had mentioned appeared within his heart. She is a member of the Yang clan, Part 1 end here.